Today we are learning basketball with Dayne Coates. About 1,000 career points at Berne-Knox-Westerlo. Hit 4 threes in a game the other day. Averages 18 points per game as a junior. Just went undefeated, 26-0. Class C state title. What was that like, man? How's it going?
I mean, that was an awesome experience, something that our team and guys on the team grow up playing together, something we've been looking forward to since early elementary school.
Yeah. So what's it like getting to achieve that with your friends, your teammates that you've been working so hard for these team goals, being a part of a team and being able to achieve something like that with the group?
Well, I mean, it was a great experience, and just thinking back to all the years that we played together, how many times we talked about it, talked about the fact that that could be a possibility for us. It's great to finally achieve that.
Yeah. And so your shot is very unique. It went viral the other day or a couple weeks now. What's it been
Yep.
like seeing this video blow up a little bit and seeing just what's the reaction and the feedback like from all sides that you've been getting over the last few weeks about your game, your shot, and just how unique it is? And I'll pull it up here while we're talking.
I mean, it was really cool to see so many big accounts that I followed or that I've been watching for a while, you know, being able to get recognized on such a big platform for something that I never thought would happen. I mean, it was just really cool to see. And then, like some kids would post videos of them trying to recreate the shot, and that was awesome. And there's a guy on TikTok who has like I think a couple 100,000 followers, and he has a series where he shoots a jump shot with a certain form, and you try to guess who it is. And it's normally like NBA players, guys in the NBA that are known for certain shots, and to be able to be part of that group and get recognized, that was really cool to see as well.
I think I know that type of account that you're talking about. Like you'll see he'll like recreate Russell Westbrook's game or Kyrie Irving's game.
Yeah, and that's like guess which player this is.
Yeah, and now he's
And
got
in the
Dayne Coates in the
comments,
mix.
and the comments, it was like, yeah, that's Dayne Coates, or it would be like, oh, that's that kid with Tourette's.
Hey, well, speaking of the jump shot itself, first of all, NBA 2K got to get on this and get that jump shot in the
That's,
game.
actually, I was just last period in school. They called me down with the communications department, people that handle socials and articles and stuff like that. And we were talking about, and that was the last thing we said, is that like I should get the shot in 2K. So there was a lot of people commenting that.
It's actually wild the technology they have with that. How close they could probably recreate it and make it a playable, usable shot just for anyone to pick up. And that's something I wanted to ask you. Do you know why your shot is the way it is? Like I'm sure you've tried different things and you talk about in a recent article how in I believe it was like freshman year and sophomore year your elbows started sticking out and you tried to keep it
Mhm.
in and it just slowly kind of developed into this. Do you have a good answer for why it is that way, or is it just kind of how it's ended up and this is how you react and you play with it? Because it obviously isn't affecting you to the point where you're dropping almost 20 a game, undefeated record. Like you're getting buckets out here.
Uh, I mean, no one's ever had a shot like this, so we can't really pinpoint a certain reason. We can assume that it's probably something to do with my Tourette's or OCD, because it's not like I'm trying to do this. I try to fix it, and when I go to shoot, my arm just kicks back. So we know it's not. We know there's a good chance it's probably something to do with my Tourette's or OCD. But I mean, we were talking to psychologists, psychiatrists about people that specialize in that. And I mean, there's millions of kids that play basketball that have those things, and it's never there's never been a scenario where it's caused a shot like that. So we don't really have any definite idea of why it happens, but we assume it's something like that.
Yeah, and would you say there's actually any advantages while you're out there? Maybe you're throwing off the defense where they're trying to place the ball, or any little.
Uh, maybe it, I don't think so, because maybe some people looked at it in warm ups and was like, "This kid probably can't shoot," but I it would probably be on the scout, so I doubt that. If I was just like playing a random AAU tournament and people like didn't know who I was or watched previous games, then they might look at it and think that this kid can't shoot and leave him open. But nothing in high school ball where you watch film, you get scouts.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, if they see it coming, they can prepare for it a little more versus maybe you're walking into a YMCA and you just
Yeah, and
shut
you
the whole
see
gym
that
down
form and
because
you're like,
nobody
hey,
knows what
check it open.
what to do, man. And so what were some of the challenges with this shot as well? Like, was there tough times developing the shot to make it just where you want it to be?
Yeah, I mean it's not anywhere near where I want it to be. It just got worse, but the main struggles with it throughout the season was probably just mentally the frustration that came with it. I had one game where I went like 1 for 10 from three, and then after that, it was at the peak of like my form was starting to get worse. So it kind of just hurt my confidence a lot, and I wasn't really shooting threes anymore. But thankfully, I was able to get it back.
And you mentioned that you what really helped was your teammates and close ones just breathing that confidence into your game.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like when you might be a little down on yourself after a bad game, but everyone around you is just saying, just keep lighting it up. Like the confidence is there. You can shoot. We all know you can shoot. Just let that thing go.
Yeah, I mean it was great to see the support, and especially coming like it's easy for to have someone who may not be like that great of a shooter tell you that you're a great shooter and to keep shooting, but to have so many teammates that are high level basketball players and for them to have that confidence in me, because I mean they know that they can hit shots at high percentage. So if they feel like I can do it to the same level where they want me shooting as much or even more shots, then it was good to see that outside view.
Yeah, that's always good to hear. And who are some of the people that you might want to give a shout out in just in your life that have helped you develop your game as a basketball player and as an athlete, and whether it's mentally, physically, like who's really helped you the most in this journey?
Well, my coach, Coach Wright, he's been coaching us, driving us around to AAU and CYO tournaments since we were in third grade. So there was only I think 1 year in my life, seventh grade, where I played JV, where he wasn't my coach since I started playing basketball. So he's been with me my whole life, helping me to develop. And even if it wasn't him directly coaching me or critiquing me, he was still bringing me to places and giving me these opportunities to get better. And then getting challenged by my teammates every day in practice, especially Shane. Like we've always been uh, two two guys who have been close in skill for basically since we started playing. I mean, intense 1v1s back and forth since fifth grade probably. And being able to compete against a guy like that in practice, especially with, I mean, how good he is now, he's probably the best Class C player in the state. So being able to be challenged by someone like that, because we always had to be on separate teams and we were always guarding each other. So when you're getting guarded by and guarding the best player in the state at that level, when you play other guys, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, you can't ask for better experience than that, those in-game reps against the best. And speaking of, what you're most what are you most proud of on the basketball court or as an athlete in general? You've I listed off some of your accomplishments off the top. 1,000 career points for your school, hit 4 threes in a game the other day that went into this mixtape that has gone viral. Putting up 18 points a game as a junior, undefeated, 26-0 record with your team, the Class C state title. Like you got a nice basketball resume, and you're out here playing football as well. So what would you say you're most proud of as an athlete?
Basketball wise, this year, I mean, yeah, the 1,400 points and the state championship and all that, that's really cool. But I was happy with how I was able to adjust this year throughout the season. Where even if my shot was weird or my confidence was down or something wasn't on point, how I was able to still change maybe my play style. Where my shot isn't going down, but I'm gonna drive and kick a little bit more. I can put more energy into defense and rebounding, just depending on the game and what was going on with me, that I was able to adjust how I played so I could still benefit my team as much as I could.
That's great to hear. And are there any more tricks up your sleeve, or are you 100% in focused on football from here on out?
Yeah, definitely football. It's my favorite sport. I mean, it's my best sport too. I'm definitely much better at it than basketball. So,
Hey, I mean, if you win in state titles, not losing any games, and put up all these points, you must be pretty good at both. What do you think is your best position in both sports?
um, I'd say for basketball at this level, probably like a wing, a three. But if I were to play in college, I think I'd change my game a little bit to be a point guard. I think I got a pretty good handle. I'm not a very selfish player, and I see the court a lot uh, better than most people do. I just see the flow of the game, where people are going to go, where I should go. So I think at the next level would probably be point guard, and then football, either a receiver or a safety. I think I enjoy receiver more, but if I were to commit to a position with my build and the skills that I have, I think safety would probably be my most successful if I were to commit to one.
There it is. You gotta love a point guard. Setting up the team. And so, what's the plans next season? You're entering your senior season, right? So
Yep.
you still going to play both sports, and then your goal is to play at Albany in football? Is their stated goal still?
Yeah, definitely keep playing both. Play basketball. Hopefully, go back to back. But yeah, most of my main off-season focus is to play football, and yeah, I would like to try to play for U Albany. It's a local school, D1, and I want to do real estate for a career, and they got great business programs and real estate programs for that. So the school in general would be a great fit for me, and then if I was able to try and walk onto that football team, that would be awesome.
Hey, sounds like a dream come true, and you're putting your head down. You're staying working, and you're creating these opportunities by putting in the work. And it's funny. The first kind of play I guess I thought of when I first saw the jump shot. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but white chocolate, the backward, the elbow pass. I'm sure you've seen it by
Yeah,
now. Like he's that's how you got to develop the point guard skills. You got to work on those behind the back elbow passes to the transition on fast breaks. So
was a beast. Fun guy to watch.
no doubt, no doubt. Magic Legend. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time today, Dane. I just wanted to hear your story, share your story a little bit. And, do you have anything you'd like to say, like parting words to, help inspire other people? Because I think anyone who might be dealing with similar things might see you and say, hey, he's putting in work. Like he's a real athlete. That's something I could do too.
Yeah, I was just talking to this guy earlier, or well, talking about this guy earlier. He DM'd me maybe a month ago, or maybe not that long ago. It was a little bit after it started to all blow up. And he said he had Tourette's too. He had them for his whole life. And then throughout the past couple years, it developed into vocal Tourette's, where he couldn't really control what he was saying. He was blurring out stuff, and he ended up dropping out of high school because of it, because he just couldn't be in the crowd, having people around him see that. So he was asking me advice on how to cope with that and how to be so comfortable, having Tourette's and being around all these people again, playing in these places with all these fans watching me, and just, I mean, how I could get through life. And the main thing I told them about was to find God, find Jesus. I'm big into Christianity, and just telling them to read into the scripture, to pray, because that was really what got me through this season when I was at my lower points with my shot and my confidence, and even questioning if I really had any joy for basketball anymore. And that prayer life and that spiritual relationship is really what gave me strength to come through and get my confidence back and get myself back on track to help us win that state championship.
Yeah, finding positive message and like that in dark times can really be a difference maker, and especially sounds like a time when you really needed to hear it. So I'm happy for you being able to find that, and happy that you've been able to share your story, put yourself out there a little bit, and show what you're able to accomplish. And you have all these basketball accomplishments, you have these football goals as well. Two sport athlete, ain't nothing stopping Dayne Coates from getting where he wants to be. So I appreciate you taking the time today, Dayne, and
Of course,
just
yeah.
talking a little bit about yourself and your story.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
You too.